Top of the top, top of the top, top of the tippy top, you guys. We are talking about D4vd, David, and Celeste Rivas Hernandez. I am starting to have some questions about this timeline that the DA has given to us because some of it is just not making sense. So let's talk about this really quickly. I'm looking at this timeline between the 23rd of April and July 29th. And it just does not sit right. Something is not clicking for me. Now, I'm trying to hold off on doing any content on David until I have all the information and facts from the DA. The whole reporting her missing in 2024 and then she's home. There's a lot of stuff that's just not connecting and clicking right now. And I am going to say that's because we don't have all of the information. Right now, we just have a briefing, which gave a brief introduction to some of the stuff that they, that the DA has. Now, I've also seen some video of Celeste as well. And I will say this. Her parents, yes, they can be questionable, but it's looking to me like Celeste was definitely a handful. Also, my question now becomes, did they get to a point where resistance was futile because they knew that regardless to what, Celeste was going to get up and leave and do what she wanted to do anyway? It sounds like once she got a taste of being in a relationship with someone, having smecks and all of that, she just decided to just be rebellious. And yeah, but I question, how did she get out of the country? How did a 13-year-old leave the country? I have questions that just are not being answered right now. I know that the family came out, the dad came out actually and made a statement and said that he never met David. Well, somebody gave the police David's information because they went to his house when Celeste was reported missing. So who gave them David's information? Somebody knew something in the family. She went to Vegas. She went to Texas and met his family. So his family was very much aware of Celeste and who she is. And obviously she had some form of a passport because they found her passport card. Now I'm thinking the whole passport thing, I'm thinking because maybe I don't know if she was Mexican or Guatemalan. I don't know. But it's really got me questioning a lot of things. And one of the things that we have to remember is a lot of times with artists, he had an alter ego named Atami. Okay. Now I'm looking to see if I can figure out who Atami is, if this is a deity, if this is some type of demon that he was working with to make him musically inclined. Because we've heard this before from artists that they have these spirits, these entities, these beings that they work with to bless them with gifts. This is not something that is brand new. This is something that has been spoken about for a very long time. I can't remember off the top of my head right now the jazz musician who they said went to the crossroads and met the deity or the Orisha Papa Legba. That he went to the crossroads. He was a crappy guitar player. He goes to the crossroads and all of a sudden, boom, he plays the guitar like nobody's business. This has me thinking what type of spiritual aspects are connected to this as well. At one of his concerts during this time, David did say Atami, which is what he called his alter ego, kind of like how Beyonce has Sasha Fierce as her alter ego. Is this the death of his alter ego? Him trying to sever ties with what he has begun to slave himself to? Because I've listened to his music and I'm telling you, his voice was very beautiful. His voice was very beautiful. And the music actually brings you in. I can't tell you how many times I've caught myself just sitting here after going through, watching his videos, watching content, playing Romantic Homicide, how in the back of my mind, "You've died" is just stuck in the back of my brain. I don't know. There's a lot that goes on and that's going on with this case. It's a lot. It's a lot of different elements. And I do have my work cut out for me. Yes, I'm very exhausted. Yes, I have to do some spiritual cleansing of myself. The timeline that they're putting together, it also has me questioning a lot. Yeah, I was into his music before everything. See, I didn't even know who this guy was. I didn't even know who this guy was. Did you know, David?
Yeah, I know him from since Romantic Homicide. That was like the most popular song, and almost everyone knew about it.
Everyone knew about Celeste?
Not Celeste, but his songs. Yeah.
I didn't either, never heard of him until Celeste. I won't listen to his music since this all started. Well, here's the thing. No, but I watch you all the time. Oh, okay. Well, I asked before I accepted because sometimes IG just does it. His songs went viral on TikTok. Yes. That's what Emo was explaining, but that's kind of her community, her genre of music, right? That's like the genre.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah. So she she knows a little bit about David. But from what I'm gathering, I'm trying to piece it all together for you guys because you guys want me to deep dive on him. And what I need y'all to understand is deep diving on him takes time. So I will do little video blurts here and there about things, but just know that when I come with this next video, I'm kind of like him back in the day. I did like the one TikTok song, but nothing else. I am deep diving, you guys, and trying to put things together to give y'all a great video. But when I go live, I am going to be questioning this timeline. And if people get upset, people get upset. But this is what I do. You guys are requesting me to get on this David case. I'm on the case. I just need y'all to know, spiritually, as an empath, this is very dark. This is very heavy. After I did the last live with David, I needed to touch some grass and cleanse and go to sleep because it's just a lot. You guys are very welcome. Now I'm going to take my time to go through some things, but I don't, the timing of everything, it just doesn't add up for me. There's key elements that are missing. Then you got the best friend, who had a warrant that they went and actually extradited back to LA, that we don't know anything about what happened. We have rumors and speculation that he was grand juried, but he was only in there for 40 minutes. That's unheard of. 40 minutes? Do you feel like he did it? There's a lot of things that make me say, either you really made rookie mistakes as far as unaliving somebody, and I say rookie because this is beyond a crime of passion. You know what I'm saying? This is beyond a crime of passion at this point. Crimes of passion, they smother, they stab, they shoot, they strangle. That's a crime of passion. Dismemberment is sadistic. So this is something else. Could he have been framed? There's always a possibility of someone being framed. Or it could just be mistakes of somebody who doesn't know how to unalive someone. Like, why would you hold on to a body that long? Nobody holds on to a body that long. Unalived in April. He's gone on tour. Body found in September. And body found in his car 400 feet from the house he was staying at. Why wouldn't you get rid of the body? That's the first thing that people do when they unalive somebody, is they think of how to get rid of the body. Why would he leave his home? According to the DA, immediately after she's unalived, he leaves his home and takes this long scenic drive down an isolated place. Why wouldn't you take the body then? Why would you buy a shovel? How did her blood end up in the garage, but there's no other fragments of dismemberment? that we know of. Understand, I'm going off of what we have right now. And my opinion is subject to change at any point in time according to the evidence that is set before me. According to the brief, business associates and friends, visitors to the home, say that he lied about the smell in his home and in his car. So did he just leave the body in the garage? What? We're missing so much that I can't jump to a conclusion right now. Right now, all I can say is I have questions. I want to know what smoking gun evidence do they have that points to him, because even that surveillance, that ring footage, people are trying to make it fit. I can't see who's in the car. The smell. Now they've got this video that's circulating where David says that he took a crap in the bathroom 2 hours ago, so the bathroom stinks. A decaying body does not smell like poo. A decaying body is very, very distinct. Now, we are dealing with LAPD, which means that they could be succumbing to public pressure to close this case out. We are dealing with the LAPD, so let's keep that in mind too when we're talking about this case, and think of how the pressure. They kept a lot of stuff to the chest. All I'm doing, I'm covering the case, yes, but right now at the stage where this case is with David, I'm trying not to jump the gun. I'm trying not to give too many assumptions. I'm not trying to do any of that. But like I said last night when I was doing my video last night, if we have questions about the timeline, the evidence, you have to remember, we the people become the jury pool that sits in on trial. Should this go to trial, we sit in on the trials. So if we have questions, if we are sitting here, that's called reasonable doubt. And right now, I'm sitting in a space of reasonable doubt because I have questions. I don't have anything that definitively says to me, yes, 100%. What I have is, well, it sounds like he did it to me. It sounds like he's guilty to me. At this point in time, it sounds like he had the means and the motive. But when I sit down and really start examining and going over this stuff and really thinking and putting my thinking cap on and I'm looking, I have some reasonable doubt based off of this brief. But again, this is not an official court document. This is not well, it is an official court document. What it is it's not an official breakdown of everything, all T's, all I's dotted and crossed and revealed. It's not that. This was just a brief to show that we have enough evidence to get this going. I absolutely believe that there was another person involved. I think somebody else knows. I think somebody else was involved in this. I don't think he did this by himself. And if he did, I would be shocked. Now, what I find funny is his manager, Josh, has tried to distance himself from this by making it seem like he's never been around that house. I don't be at that house. I work remotely. I have no reason to be there. There's other people that's been around him. Sir, you are seen on streams with him, according to what I've read and what I've heard. So that's allegedly. Okay, allegedly, according to Reddit, he has been at the house. He has been seen on stream. People knew. Too many people knew about him and Celeste. It was not a secret, including his family. And I'm sorry, I believe her family too. Her father can come out and say what he want to say, that he never met David. Sir, maybe you never met David, but did you ask your baby mama if she ever met David? Did you ask the cousins, the uncles, the aunties, the nieces and nephews? Did you ask them if they ever met David? Because somebody in that family met David. Because when that girl went missing, the police went through her phone records, and you going to tell me David's the only person she was talking to? You going to tell me they was able to track her down to David's house and nobody from the family helped him? I call bullshit. I call bullshit on that. Sorry, not sorry, I do. How was she able to fly out the country without her parents' consent or them giving her the passport? Exactly. Well, like I said, she may have had a passport as a form of identity, because I don't know what her ethnicity is. I haven't looked, but either she's Mexican, Guatemalan. So they probably had passports to go back and forth across the border. So she may have already had a passport. So we can't rule that part out, that she probably already had a passport. Yes, she had a history of running away. We're going to have to see what unfolds next. You know, the DA and the LAPD, they've been holding a lot of things close to the chest because they don't want internet sleuths sleuthing around, mucking things up. But all they're doing, it's like dropping a piece of fish into a tank full of piranhas. Everybody's chomping away at this and everybody's spinning. It's very easy to spin on this. It's very hard to sit and say, well, you know what? I've been thinking, and I think I'm always going to be the oddball out. I already know that going into this. I'm always going to be the oddball out because I'm not going to just jump and march to the beat of everybody else's drum. I'm going to make you think. Right now, it's looking like he did it, but I have questions. There's reasonable doubt. She was just a baby, and I felt like everybody failed her, including the online community. Everybody failed her.